that talks about Tulsa. People making a difference in the Tulsa community. Special guest interviews spotlighting local businesses to covering important issues within the community no one else is talking about. The hot topics and more. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use with your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper and Miss Damali Wilson.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use. We want to thank everyone for either listening on the radio, watching us on Facebook Live, or on www.KBOB899.com, or tuning into any of the News You Can Use media networks, which are powered by World One Development. We really appreciate that. I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss Damali Wilson.
And I'm Charles Harper. It's Wednesday, a.k.a. Hump Day, April 16th, 2025. And we are live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use media network, powered by World One Development. We are set for an exciting show, you guys. You better call your mom and them and tell them you can dial in at 918-856-3873 or post your comments on our Facebook Live feed at World One Development.
So on today's show, we're going to talk about us. How can we be in position to leave wheels instead of bills for our loved ones who once we transition to the afterlife?
Yep. We'll also talk about how we can change the narrative as well as what we want to know about Easter Sunday family traditions.
And of course, our Hump Day hot topics, which are the Greenwood Cultural Center is offering a genealogy workshop. Find out when it is and who should attend. And a black nonprofit helped teens secure $65 million in college scholarships. Find out where, birthdays, and more.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use media network, powered by World One Development.
Oh, yes, it's bingo night.
Bingo!
And the money right.
Bingo!
It's bingo night. Oh, what a night.
Oh, what a night.
Every first and third Tuesday, starting February 4th, it's bingo night at 36th Street North Event Center.
Bingo night.
Bingo nights at 36th Street North Event Center every first and third Tuesday with lots of cash and prizes to be given away. Doors will open at 6 p.m. and sessions start at 7 and 8 p.m. Game packs starting at only $25. And you could win big. 36th Street North Event Center, 1125 East 36th Street North. Bingo nights. So grab your auntie and uncles and enjoy bingo nights at the 36th Street North Event Center. Concessions and refreshments will be available. And bingo nights at 36th Street North can be enjoyed in a smoke-free environment. Bingo night every first and third Tuesday starting February 4th at 36th Street North Event Center. For more information, call 918-200-9046. Bingo Nights is presented by the 36th Street North Event Center and NYCU.FM. Cash and prizes are based on minimum attendance requirements.
Are you or someone you know just as involved? Are you or someone you know in need of support services? Don't worry, Fitting Back In got you covered. We offer life skill workshops, career development, job search, substance abuse counseling, and more. We are located at 2120 North Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. Give us a call at 918-592-3500. Follow us at Fitting Back In Tulsa. Also, visit us on our website for services at www.fittingbackininc.org. Our services are available only in Tulsa County. This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast to the News You Can Use media network, powered by World One Development.
And we are back. So News You Can Use is all about shedding some light on the positive happenings in our community. There are many great businesses, programs, and events occurring in our neighborhood, and we felt the community needed to hear about those things, one, so we can support, and two, so we can be informed.
What's going on, family? I'm Charles Harper, Chief Executive Officer of World One Development, which includes Fitting Back In, EdUrect Youth and Family Fun Center, 36th Street North Event Center, and NYCU.FM. My job, because the world wants to know, is to provide leadership for all aspects of World One Development with the emphasis on long-term goals, growth, profits, and a return on that investment. And I am so excited and I am so elated to be one of the greatest.
And I'm Damali Wilson, Chief Operating Officer for World One Development. And my job is designing and implementing business operations and establishing policies that promote company culture and vision. I am also in charge of social media for all of our World One Development entities. If you would like to advertise your business or organization on this show or any of our other individual platforms, please inbox me your contact information on Facebook Messenger so we can talk. I am also happy and elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
Damali, what's up?
Hey, what's happening?
Man, everything's good. It's hump day.
It is hump day. We want to start out by apologizing for the technical difficulties, you guys. For some reason, we just got some issues going on here today. Hey, Mom, I see you finally made it. You finally found us. But it's going crazy. So, unfortunately, you guys will not be able to hear what we hear in our headphones, which you normally hear, the commercials and all of that. You won't be able to hear that, but you'll be able to see us.
What that means, you're coming for the information, but you're not going to have to miss the party this time. Y'all got to party with us next week now, because the party still be going down. So it's a whole party going on in these headphones. But the great information that we're going to cover today is going to be phenomenal. We got some phenomenal guests that's live in the building today that's going to give you some information that you absolutely want to know about. So we're going to get this thing started. It's hump day, Damali. What's up?
It is hump day. So before we even get started,
come on.
I got in trouble last week because my little niece, Alea, turned 5 years old, and I forgot to announce her birthday.
Oh, yeah, that's a big no-no right there.
So shame on me. So you know what, Alea, instead of waiting to the birthdays, baby girl, happy belated birthday from your aunt and Uncle Charles and Uncle JB.
What up?
Yes, happy birthday to you, okay?
To you.
Happy birthday.
So you should be happy now.
We love you. We love you just like that. Happy birthday.
All right, so
It's been a lot been going on.
It's been a lot going on. So over this past weekend, man, it seems like I was just on the highway going here and there and everywhere. I mean, so I actually went to a training in Oklahoma City for the where the Oklahoma State Director of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated ran a training for us Zeta members, and we had a blast. I mean, it was so good, very informative, and so we appreciate that. I'm so thankful just for the safe trip up and the safe trip back, because that was amazing. And then came back in order to do Easter meal distribution.
I know. So while you was gone, we actually had Black History Saturdays at Edgerec Youth and Family Fun Center. Shout out to Christy and all her educators and like 100+ people that showed up to learn about their history, our history, which is very, very important. Mm-hmm. The food was off the chain. So shout out to
I almost missed it.
You almost missed it. I
almost missed it. Woo.
Great food, great energy, great information. So that's always good when we have Black History Saturday. But like you say, you was gone. Mm-hmm. Oh, man, I was running everywhere. So we fed, man, totally about 1,000 people, making sure they had Easter baskets. So it was a nice ham. It was all of the fixings. It was the potatoes. It was the whole thing. So we had a lot of people at Edgerec that we fed. So people was pulling up. So it was just good vibes, good energy. When it's a world with so much stuff is going on.
You know what? And this is what I want to say. I want to give a huge shout out to Lawyers Fighting Hunger, attorney Hugh Robert, and Iron Gate. This is a partnership that we've had for the past 8 years. And we've been working and, been trying to make sure that we are serving our community and bringing these resources to the community, because holidays are tough, y'all. Right. Sometimes over holidays, families just don't know what they're going to do and what resources they're going to be able to have in order to provide for their kids. So for us to be able to offer, these hams for these families and to make sure that they have a great meal on Easter Sunday, man, you just can't beat it.
I know, and you got to think about it. These are attorneys from Oklahoma City and Tulsa, along with TU and Iron Gate and people like Edgerec and other businesses, so people are pulling up in trucks with and just loading their trucks up to the top. Yeah. We had 2 vehicles full of stuff to deliver our stuff. So again, we won't go further into it, but during the holiday season, man, share a little more love, man, and a whole lot less hate.
Exactly.
Did you share the YouTube to the Facebook? For those that want to go to the YouTube?
I did not. Can you do that?
Yeah, we'll do that right now.
Yes, thank you. That is awesome. That would be fantastic. Phenomenal. So, and then the other thing we were able to do is we went back down the turnpike again. So, we told you guys that we participated in the Rebuild Day 2 Developers Cohort number 5 a couple weeks ago. And so our homework assignment for this week was we had to go to Edmond, Oklahoma City, Broken Arrow, and Owasso to look at new developments that were happening in those spaces, because we are going to have to do a capstone project, which is going to be interesting. And so we had to go and look at those projects and be able to, share on tomorrow, some things that we thought about, those looking at those developments. So we were just on the highway, y'all. We were just up and down all around.
Yeah, I just want to tell people there's a lot of development going on in North Tulsa, so whether it's the Black Wall Street Square, it's Phoenix at 36th Street North, if it's Morton that's going on, if it's Rudisill Library, which is going to have the genealogy and all of that. So everybody, you have to be in tune. So me and Damali, I said, look, if y'all don't start showing up to these RFPs and putting this stuff in, that we're going to go get a hard hat. Because we don't want to just participate.
He was not kidding.
I wasn't kidding, y'all. I kept saying it. I'm like, I don't see enough hard hats. Where my contractors? So I'm going to have a hard hat on for real. But I'm really doing that in an effort for people to engage, because this is millions and millions and millions of dollars that's coming into our community. And we want to do more than just be able to have a place to live. We want to be able to participate in the generational wealth that you can achieve, but you have to get engaged. You have to go learn a few things. And right now, with our society and then with our nation, there's a lot of adjustments going on. But there are a lot of people out there that's helping. We got 2 special guests that help with some of that. It's a lot of halftime adjustments, as I call it that a lot of people are making, but they still making sure that our community is informed and they can do the things that they need to do. So I'm extremely excited about it. So my hard hat and yours will be coming out somewhere to a theater near you next month.
May 15th is our graduation. So, y'all pray for us. I
already ordered me a belt with a hat, with a little swag. I'm going to have shades on. We're going to have to change it up, spice it up just a little bit.
We might be on HGTV, y'all. Y'all, you never know.
I know. Then Tuesday, which was last night, we had bingo.
Bingo.
Man, people still showing up. Damali did not know that bingo was at this level. Yeah, I was sleeping on it.
Thing. Yeah. People are not playing about bingo.
Yeah. So right at the 36th Street North Event Center, the first and the third Tuesday of every month, we have bingo from 6 to 8. Doors open at 5, and people been coming out winning cash prizes.
Exactly.
When people win, they do the Cabbage Patch. Yeah. For the people that's like 80s and 90s babies, do the Cabbage Patch. But we had a really good time last night. Thanks for everybody coming out. We have a nice concession. It's a good vibe. Jay Fried is the host.
We started something too that we started because we had time between 6 and 7 o'clock when bingo starts. So we started practicing line dances. So if you want to come and learn the latest line dance, come on out to bingo.
I didn't even know what was going on. All I heard is, where their fans at? And I heard that. I'm like, what is we doing tonight on bingo night? But anyway, an hour before now, they practicing line dances.
Entertained. You got to stay up to the current times.
Right. So it is going to be a loaded show, man. I see everybody popping in. We got a couple thousand people on. We appreciate it. I'm going to do some quick shout outs, and we're going to get to the show. Cousin Lori is on.
Hey, cousin.
Yo mama, my mama is in here. Miss McKellen is in here.
Hey.
Uncle Brian.
Hey, Uncle
Dr.
Brian.
Mario Choice out of Fort Worth is in the building. Ernestine Broom, which is royalty. And we got a whole lot of secret listeners. They done pulled up on the live, and we appreciate y'all as well. So let's get to it. Want to do our Black History Trivia?
Yeah, let's do Black History Trivia, and then we're going to get to our special guest.
Just go ahead and kick off with it.
Okay. Black History Trivia, here we go. Who was the first black person to play at the Masters at Augusta National Golf Club? Was it A, Robert Lee Elder? Was it B, Calvin Peete? Was it C, Jim Thorpe? Or was it D, Tiger Woods?
Y'all listen up, special guests. Read it one more time because we want y'all answers first.
All right, here we go. Who was the first black person to play at the Masters at Augusta National Golf Club? Was it A, Robert Lee Elder? Was it B, Calvin Peete? Was it C, Jim Thorpe? Or was it D, Tiger Woods? Now, y'all know the Masters is happening right about now.
It's going down.
It's going down. But we want to know, when did we show up?
Uncle JB Smooth, what you got, man?
I want to go with Jim Thorpe, but I don't really know who Calvin Peete is. Jim Thorpe was a football player, right? I think he was a football player, too.
Listen, I'm not going to be part of your deductive reason.
Hey, well,
we just want to know the answer. He got
I'm trying to get to the business.
What is
the business here? I'm gonna go today. I'm gonna go with my
Uncle
usual.
Brian going with A while JB getting it together.
Uncle Brian said A.
Calvin Peete, B. Calvin Peete.
What you got?
You're saying B.
What you got? Y'all got answer?
A, B.
A?
I'm going to go with A, too.
A?
Okay. Dang, we got 2 A's.
A.
And what you going?
A. No, I'm just I kind of, I don't know.
Who else is on there? Uncle Brian said A.
Uncle Brian said A. I'm going with A. They guess said A. Everybody said A. I ain't finna be out here by myself. It's kind of like when one black person take off running, you just run, and then you kind of ask questions later. I'm kind of going to do that today because I'm not sure. JB, what did you say?
He said B.
He said B? Okay.
I said 4.
I didn't hear him.
They say if you don't yell 4 during golfing, you're not going to find your balls.
Oh, really?
So we got to figure out what's
I don't
what.
know. I don't golf, so.
Okay.
I
So
don't know what 4 means, but that's what they yell.
Get out the way.
yeah, so what we're going to do today is we're going to kind of demolish. What we'll do is reverse it because we have our special guests in here because we had our little technical difficulties going on. And then if they want to hang around for the second segment, they is more than welcome because it's going to be really, really good.
Absolutely.
But we got 2 special guests, Damali.
We do. So we have we keep trying to tell you guys about all of the great stuff that's happening in community, and it's so overwhelming. I'm trying to tell that we just have to bring people in so they can tell
Correct.
you themselves about all the great stuff that they're doing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to punt it over to I see you, Phil. You said A. I got you. Reggie Ivy. Now you guys know Reggie Ivy from the health department, but guess what? He retired. Yeah, he did. He retired. He's like, I'm done. I've done my duty, so I'm out of here.
Yeah, almost.
But guess what? He ain't sitting at home. See, that's what happens in community when you're really a community servant. When you are a community servant, you can't just go home and just sit at home,
Right.
even though you've done your 20, 30 years. He's going to tell us how long he done. But, so he's doing something else different now, but it's something great. So you guys need to hear about this. So we're going to introduce Reggie Ivy. Reggie, give the people who you are, what you're doing now, since we know you're retired, and how long you were at the health department.
No, hold on. Got to do a little background.
Okay.
Because
Go
we
ahead.
got
Go
thousands of
background.
people on, and people might not know Reggie. I don't know if they've been hiding under a rock,
Yeah.
but they might not know you. So a little bit about who you are, a little bit about your background, and then what you're doing now.
Well, my name is Reggie Ivy. I was raised right here in North Tulsa. Proud member of North Tulsa. Graduated from Booker T. Washington High School in 1987.
Okay.
Worked for the health department for 29 years.
29
yeah.
years.
Retired on January 20th. And I'm so excited that I took the role as executive director of Northside Neighbors the next day on January 21st.
Okay, let's keep working.
Yeah.
Yes.
But proud father of 2 children, HBCU grads. My daughter is now working in Houston for Shell Oil, and my son is in Atlanta, just finished his first year of grad school at Clark Atlanta. So
Okay, yeah.
I had to say that. Shout out.
There you go. Shout out.
Yes, of course. And then we have another special guest,
Live in studio.
and we're going to let her introduce herself and tell us a little bit about her.
I'm Tangela Eckhoff. I am a proud resident of the Chamberlain neighborhood. Chamberlain,
Okay.
stand up. That's
Okay.
right. That's
Well,
right.
yeah, Chamberlain, come on.
Yeah, by way of Montgomery, Alabama. So that's a long way.
A long way.
There.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's about 13 hours.
About 13
And that's driving
hours.
fast.
Long. Long, hard. I am a former school teacher. I taught at the furthest north school, Gilcrease, which
Okay.
no longer exists.
I know, they tore it down.
They're tearing it down
Unfortunately.
to build homes for teachers, so that's a good thing. That's
Okay.
going to be okay.
Yeah.
And I'm a wife, mom. I have 3 kids, Ashley, Daniel, and Adam. They're probably going to freak out that I'm saying that, but that's all right.
Yeah.
And I work for Invest North Tulsa, and so I've been there for a year now, helping to stand up Northside Neighbors where Reggie's working.
Yes.
Yeah, let me ask one quick question, Devon, if you don't mind. A lot of people always throw out the word community. So I just want to kind of get from both of you, when you hear the word community, what does that mean to you personally? When somebody just say, hey, Reggie, man, it's about community.
When I hear that word, I think about the people. I think sometimes when we use the word community, we forget that we're talking about human lives. And that's the thing that we're trying to impact. Those who live in the community, we're trying to protect those legacy residents to make sure they benefit from any new development that happens in their own community, and that they also have voice. And so it's so important for us to connect and to listen to the residents if we really want to impact the community.
I love it. Same question. When you hear the word community,
Yeah, I sign all my emails in community.
There you
like
go.
when I sign off in community, Tangela. For me, community is an active, living, breathing thing. Community is the people that you find along the way that become your kind of found family. It's the people that will look out for your kids, lock your gate if something's happening, put your dog away if something's happening, tell you your kid's having a party. Like when I think community, I think that backup family that you need in order to get through the world.
I love it. I love it. Okay, well, y'all got some new programs that y'all are currently launching in North Tulsa. I know it probably serves some more people in Tulsa, but it's primarily in North Tulsa. Can you tell the people a little bit about that program?
Yes, Northside Neighbors is a resident-centered nonprofit that focuses on mixed income housing, cradle to career, community well-being, and then lastly, we're focusing on economic vitality. And so it's only 3 months old. But we're really excited to bring these services to North Tulsa. But again, I really want to emphasize resident-led. So we will be engaging the community to make sure that any new development that happens, particularly at the 36th Street and Peoria area, that it involves residents. So that we're working alongside residents, not just doing things and bringing it to the community without residents.
I think that's really big when you say that, because that's what's happened historically to North Tulsa.
Right.
Is things are being thrown at us, and we're just supposed to be accepting and understanding of that. So being from the community makes all the difference, and it gives these projects credibility. And I feel like it also gives us an opportunity and a platform where we can just be authentic,
Right.
and be our authentic selves. We don't have to just go along to get along because we're afraid now to voice our opinions about what we really feel,
Right.
And having somebody like you, Reggie. So Reggie graduated in 87. I graduated in 86. So Reggie was at school the same time I was. So we've known each
Right.
other for, forever. And, so for me, knowing that you're a part of this program, then now I'm like, okay, Reggie, what y'all got going on? Oh, okay. Well, what time is it? Okay, let me make sure I'm there. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
now I know him. I can put a face to it. Whereas if you have some person that you've never seen before in community who has not, as far as done anything in community, it's like, I don't know him. I ain't going there, So thank you so much for doing that, because after 29 years of service in Tulsa, and you could be
Wow,
sitting,
thank
you
you,
could
and
be on the
kudos.
beach somewhere, because that's
Right.
that might be where that's not true. I'm gonna be doing the same thing Reggie doing. But a lot of people, it's like when I retire, hey, I'm traveling, I'm going abroad, and so to want to, and you took the job the next day after you retired.
The next day, because for me it's an emergency. We've got to
Yes.
get busy around doing this work. So we know that there's a lot of mixed income housing coming to North Tulsa, and even single family homes. But are the residents, the legacy residents that have traditionally lived in the community, are they ready? And so one of the things that we want to do is bring financial literacy classes and home buyer education classes. So when those new single family homes come online, the residents that have traditionally lived there, or maybe have lived there in the past but moved away, they might want to come back to the community.
Right.
And so we want to make sure that they're ready for that. So that's a part of what we're going to be doing as far as mixed income housing is concerned.
I love that. I'm gonna go to the live for a little bit. Uncle Brian said, "I'm finally found you guys." Say he's thankful. So Uncle Brian said, "Thanks for the basket." So, he eating some potatoes at home. Anyway, then we got all the answers. We got Kenzie Polk. Welcome to the show. She just tuned in. Brandon Isham, welcome to the show. Jeremiah
Isham.
Blackwell out of Mississippi.
Hey, Jeremiah.
He said, "What's going on, family?" Eugenia is also in here. Mr. Energizer down there in the J-Bone Lounge said, "Could you repeat the Black History question?" See, you got to get on the show on time. We'll repeat it before we give the answer. We'll do that. And then Roberta, welcome to the show as well. We got a lot of people on. We appreciate that. We appreciate a special guest.
And I saw that
Back
Uncle Brian is on. And so the interesting thing is Uncle Brian was at Black History Saturdays this weekend. And so he was one of the ones who received one of the hams after the Black History Saturdays took place. But his question to me was, how do I become a part of the new housing development that's getting ready to take place over on 36? And I told him I was going to find out for him. And actually, I've been running up and down the highway, so I didn't get a solid answer. But Reggie, do you have any information on that, or can you share with Uncle Brian what he needs to do?
Sure. Those applications are going to come online this summer through the Tulsa Housing Authority. And I don't know if how many people know that there are 7 phases of that project. So what's going up right now is the first phase. And so at the bottom, the first floor is going to be retail space. The top 3 floors are going to be apartments. But a third are going to be affordable, a third sliding scale, and then a third market rate. And so right now, when the market rate apartments are going at 1 bedroom, $900 a month, and then the 2 bedrooms are $1,200 a month. But the applications are not out yet, but they should be coming out this summer.
So let me ask this. If you are how do you qualify, or do you know, how do you qualify for a 2-bedroom if you're a single person, if that's what you want? Or can you?
Well, you can, but it just depends on your income.
Gotcha.
So depending on your income determines if you're going to fit into the affordable, sliding scale, or market rate.
Gotcha.
And so, but again, that criteria will be on the application when a person applies, and then they will determine whether or not where they fit.
Gotcha.
That is awesome. Okay, this is a tag team situation, so let's switch to you. Let you roll out, and then JB, I'll come to yours.
And I just want to add that a third of those are set aside for Comanche residents, the
Right.
people that were formerly in Comanche. They get first right of refusal to
Gotcha.
try to get those residents to come back home.
Gotcha. Okay. And the ticket about that, and I'm glad you said that because so many people, when they saw the development coming up, like, oh man, they finna displace everybody and
Yeah.
do this and do that. So now
Yeah.
I'm glad y'all are here because not only will they be able to come back, it's a team here that will help them transition back because it's different. Because this is not Comanche what's coming up now. It's different.
Yes.
So I'm just glad that
Yes.
they will have the tools and the skills and not get frustrated. Then end up on the news because you know how it go. People get frustrated. They call the news. So you're not gonna have to do that. You got the two people here live in studio that you can reach out to because we'll make sure before they go you'll know the website and the information where to plug in. So now we're gonna switch over to your role in this and what you're doing with the development.
So I work for Invest North Tulsa, and part of what we're doing now is helping Reggie stand up Northside neighbors. I am over education and then community wellness. So I spent 20 plus years as a classroom teacher,
Yes.
and my job is to basically wrap our arms around Hawthorne and Whitman Elementary and the schools in the McLean feeder pattern, but primarily Hawthorne and Whitman, and try to bring activities, support for teachers there, support for the principals, bringing parents into the building, creating events and partner events to bring families into those buildings to try to just bolster what's happening there. We're looking towards student outcomes, trying to assuage the absenteeism that's
Right,
happening. That's a
right.
big problem all over the country. No matter what school, no matter what the socioeconomic situation is of a school, it's pervasive across the country. But it really hurts our students in North Tulsa,
Right.
more than any other group of students in the city. So we've been working with that. We've been forming good partnerships with the Opportunity Project, which provides out-of-school time funding, the Ed Darby Foundation, which
Yes.
runs the right. They have an
They
amazing
great.
program.
They great.
They run the expanded learning coordinators, so the out of school time activities for students in the summer, after school, in the mornings. They're the people where the teachers are. Sit down. Let's
Right.
learn this lesson we have to learn. Those out of school time providers are dream. Let's do the thing. Let's see what you're interested in. So that's
Right.
where students get to explore.
Yeah.
And so it's really critical to the work. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. We're just feeling our way through and
Right.
trying to figure out what we can do to help, support.
Absolutely. JB, you had a quick question?
She kind of answered it. It was, how many. My question was how many people that were in Comanche before they tore it down are coming back to. I mean, I know there's a third. You said a third, but are they
Well, a third of-
encouraged to come back?
Yes. They're USI has been working with them, and the Housing Authority has been working with those residents to try to bring as many of them back that want to come. I think at this point they have 83 families that used to be in Comanche at the
Yeah.
time it was torn down, and they're working with them to see how many want to come back. Some of those families, like I said, they have the first right of refusal. Some of those
And
families,
some of them may be excited about being where they are now.
right. They may be excited about having a house. They may be renting a house with a yard, and this is the first time their
Nice.
kids, have a yard
Right.
and a dog, and it's not an apartment. But they do have the first right of refusal to that first phase.
Good deal.
Now, for the people that's listening in that are maybe not from here, but Comanche was here, for 50 plus years?
Yes.
And they
Yes.
tore it down last year, and they have been expediting this development because if you come now, that corner looks so much better because you see these 4 stories, it's commercial at the bottom, and then you got, this is 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms on the next 3 levels. So it's beautiful. I think it's a good anchor to kick the community. I know it's going to be a small grocery store that's going to be attached to it. So what I love about it is just going to make vibrant. You know what I mean? They done did a lot of infrastructure. For some of you people from maybe grew up here and just haven't been back for a while, North Tulsa is looking different.
Right.
I'm excited
Right.
about everything that's going on. Damali, you born and raised, Red, you born and raised. But when I think about that, how excited are y'all about it? Because I think that y'all have been servants, of North Tulsa, been putting that work in. So did y'all think a day like today was going to be coming around in your lifetime? Because I've been working in the space for like 15 years, and it seemed like it's 18 months and start over. It's 18 months and start over. So when we had to try to do the engagement, people didn't really believe that this was even going to happen. But now it's happening. But how was that for y'all as residents, born and raised here?
I would say for me, I'm super excited about it because this is actually my neighborhood. So my mother actually lives at 33rd and Atlanta Court, which is like right behind the police station. And so this, was our stomping ground. We used to go to Dillard's. We used to go to Frug's. We used to go to all of the shops and stuff that were on 36th Street corridor. So, for when all of those went away, it's like, where are we going now? Then we went out to McLean because there was shopping out at McLean, and I remember TGNY and us going down there for that, and the library and all of those shops that were down in that area. But then it's just like everything went away. And I can remember being a kid and telling my mom, I wanted to do something to help North Tulsa look pretty again.
Right.
Because, in my opinion as a kid, it was like our community doesn't look good at all. And so, being able to see this revitalization, being able to be a part of the revitalization and being connected to the folks that are actually making these things happen, it does my heart good. I'm just going to tell you, because my kids never got to see Greenwood of old like me and my cousins did. And so they missed out also on the what it looked like in North Tulsa.
Right.
That's gone. So now they get to experience something different. My kids grew up with not having anything in North Tulsa, and now my grandkids get to see something new, something fresh, and something that we're creating together. So I'm excited about it.
Man, Reggie, it's one thing to see something coming. It's another thing to be a part of what's coming. Meaning when it's done, you'll be able to sit back and go, I played a role in my community now looking like this, where the next generation will be able to live in, so our future looks bright. But what's your lens on that?
Well, I was a part of a project where we engaged the community at 56th Street North to bring a health department to that area.
Yes, I remember.
And the reason that we were successful is because we engaged residents over about 6-month period, took all of the information back to the health department leadership and its board, and the board said, we're going to raise the money for this health department. Yeah. We raised that $10 million and built a 30,000 square foot facility and opened it in 2012.
Right.
And it is thriving today. So I knew what the possibilities were because of that project. And so now that we're seeing what's happening at 36th Street North in Peoria, I believe that there is even greater things on the way.
Oh, yeah.
But the way to make it successful is to engage the residents who live there and make sure that they want what is coming to that area. And so we see a lot of housing coming, but we also know residents want retail, they want shopping, they want restaurants, they want all of the conveniences that you would have in a thriving neighborhood. But we also know that the first thing that you have to do is that you have to have more housing, more rooftops.
Absolutely.
In order to patronize those that commercial drawing into the community. So that's extremely important. So that's what's happening. And so I'm excited about it. But I also want to make sure that residents are not forgotten along the way. And I use the word legacy residents often. And what I mean is that those who have traditionally lived in the community, or they have lived in the community before, but they want to come back.
Right.
And so we know they're going to be a new crop of people coming in, but we do not want to gentrify that area.
Right.
And that's what happens in a lot of communities throughout the country. When the new development happens in these impoverished areas, new people come in and then they take over.
Right.
And Northside Neighbors is in place to make sure that that does not happen.
That is awesome, Damali, to hear that. You Northside Neighbors, like a good neighbor, State Farm, they might be there too. But anyway, now that we've kind of set the groundwork, now people are looking now like, man, how can I engage? Where do I connect? What website? How do I sign up? How do I be a part of events that's coming up, or any of those things?
Well, let us talk about a few things. On April 28th at the 36th Street Event Center at 6 o'clock p.m., we're having our first community engagement meeting. And we want to encourage people to come out and enjoy a meal on us. And then participate in information regarding Northside Neighbors and what we're doing. So that is going to start at 6 o'clock. It'll end at 7:30.
Okay.
The other thing that we want to highlight is that we are building out office space on 36th Street North right now.
Right.
Our new address is going to be 930 East 36th Street North.
Okay, hold on, Damali. Let's
930 East 36th Street North. It's a 2,000 square foot facility, but not only will we have office space, we're going to have community space as well. So the community will be able to come into that space and have meetings, or if they want to bring their laptop and work, they can do that at no charge. So we're really excited to be in the neighborhood on a regular basis serving the community. The other thing that we're going to do, and I'll let Tangela talk about this, is that we want to survey the community.
Okay.
And we're going to have a lot of fun trying to get 340 people in the Hawthorne and Whitman neighborhoods to get surveyed over the next 60 days. But we need your help. And so Tangela's going to talk about that project.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are in the middle of the Flourishing Neighborhoods Index, which is it's a process and it's a tool. And it's a survey where in the fall we went out and we surveyed the land. So we looked at the buildings and we looked at, this is a vacant lot, this is a school, this is, we just got a good assessment of what was in Hawthorne and Whitman. And what we found was there's a lot of beautiful land there. There's less blight than people want to tell you. They want to tell you that, it's all torn up and raggedy, and it's not. There are lots of cute little homes that just need a little few shingles, a little paint.
Right.
We looked at that. We looked at, and we found out a lot of churches own a lot of land.
Right.
We found out the city owns a lot of land, and so there's room to grow over there. So we found that out from that part. The second part of the survey is looking at the residents and surveying the residents. So the first part, we had volunteers from other partner organizations go out. This part, the resident survey, is led by residents. They're the leaders of this survey. They are the ones surveying their neighbors. So I can't survey, even though I live in Chamberlain.
Right.
The residents of Hawthorne and Whitman are the
Right
people
there.
being surveyed, and they're the people doing the surveys. So we are meeting right now. Hawthorne Elementary has been so kind to open up their building in the afternoons. So if you're interested in doing one of these surveys, we'll be there every Monday through Thursday afternoon in April, and in May until school gets out, or until until somebody else offers us something different. But Hawthorne has been really kind.
So it's gonna be in the after school. So what time?
So I'm
3-ish?
from 3:30 to 5:30, and then we'll have some Saturday survey days
Okay.
where we'll do some stuff. Hopefully at our office, maybe at Crossover, but we'll post more about that. You can check us out at Northside Neighbors Tulsa.org.
Okay.
So you can look on the website Northside Neighbors Tulsa.org. And information will be there. So that's your place. Sign up for our newsletter,
go.
and that's the best way to get information.
Oh,
to
you're going to have the newsletter?
We
That's
already
good.
have a
You
newsletter.
have the
It's
newsletter?
going out. Let's go.
Okay.
Yes.
Look, everything they saying, everybody, because I know a lot of people on y'all got a lot of questions. We're going to post all this. We're going to take a
Yes.
picture. We're going to put the links there so you can just touch it after the show.
Can I just add one thing?
Yes.
If you get surveyed, you're going to get a $25 Quick Trip gift card.
Uh-oh.
Everybody that is surveyed.
Everybody that's
It
surveyed.
takes about 45 minutes to complete the survey, but you get that $25 gift card. And we're going to be doing the surveying at the 36th Street Event Center at our community engagement meeting on the 28th as well.
28th,
So
okay.
there's another
So
opportunity.
come eat and get your gift card.
Well, what I need to do, see, my
Okay.
gas tank currently is on a quarter.
No,
So-
what
Where
I
do
want to
you
know
live,
is
sir?
about this food we're gonna be serving. Because see, Reggie worked at the health department, so I already
Oh,
know
yeah,
that Reggie
you
was
already
trying to give you the
know.
healthy option. What we got, Reggie?
I'm gonna get you some. I'm gonna get
we're
you
gonna have
some
some
fries.
real
Okay.
stuff. We're gonna, what we're looking at is probably barbecue. So we know the community.
Yeah.
And so when you know the culture of the community, then you bring the food that they're going to enjoy and like.
Thank
so
God I
come
work at
show
the
up,
event
please.
center.
And so we have 10 surveyors. We can always use a couple more. If anybody's interested in being a surveyor, we would love it. Look on our website, and you can sign up there. Or come see me at Hawthorne. I'm always over there. So yeah, at the end of the survey, you get a $25 gift card. The survey is pretty robust. It asks about the health of the neighborhood. It gets the perception of the neighbors. It's not about, what about crime? How
Right.
bad is your neighborhood? It's so awful here. It's not that. It's,
Right.
what do you feel about it? What do you think? What do you want to happen?
That's it.
And then we take the information after we're done with it. The next phase of this process is we create a community dashboard. And the community has input into what we want to do with the area that's there. It may be that the community gets together and says, you know what? I think there's that vacant lot on 41st Place. I don't
Right.
know that. But,
Yeah.
but can we turn that into a community garden?
I like
Can
that.
we put that there? We noticed that there's a strip of houses together that they might need roofs. Is there a way we can invest to, get roofs going there? Can we partner? Is there somebody we can partner with to do that? So
Right.
the residents get to lead, take the information that they give us, and then lead what we want to do next. And there, like Reggie said, there is nothing to us in the neighborhood. It is with us.
I love it.
Not to us.
Yes.
And so that's why this work is resident led.
Yes.
Real quick, what does it do for you guys soul, like the work that you're doing in the community right now? How does it make you feel?
Well, for me, I feel like this work is the calling for my life. And so that's how it fills me up. So every time that we engage residents or we're able to bring something to the community that residents want, it just makes me feel like I'm doing the work that I was called to do. So I've been working in the community for a long time, but this is my ultimate calling.
Yeah.
And so that's what it does for me.
Yeah.
Let me jump on the live real quick because they are in here, y'all. I'm just trying to make sure we let them talk because they can get most of the information. Y'all click share on this video right now if you can, because there's a lot of great information, but people may have to come listen to it later. So just click share on it, and then we'll continue to go from there. Marquise Dennis with Birthright
Hey,
Initiative,
brother.
welcome. Soon as you said barbecue, the Tunleys came on.
Yes, the
see,
Tunleys, yeah.
see, there was a secret listener at first. They
Yes.
heard barbecue. They said, hold on, the Tunleys are in the house. And you know they sauce and everything is good with them as well. Uncle Brian said Tulsa is running out of room to grow. So North Tulsa is the only way for
That's
Tulsa to grow. They have to come this way. We don't know who they is, but we have an idea.
Whoever.
But anyway, how does that make y'all feel? Because it is true, Tulsa's kind of landlocked now. All this traffic is like y'all like our traffic controller. We'll call it ground traffic controllers. But I love what you said about the churches. Because hopefully now residents and churches can get a little closer. Maybe if they want to build a home or do certain things. I love, when you said that. I love what you said from the cradle all the way through. So we getting the young people. Because a lot of times I think we miss them. And by the time they get in junior high, it's almost too late, to be honest.
Right.
But I love that component of it. I love the engagement because you come into the event center, so you right in the community, right there. You bringing food, it's on a good night. So I know a lot of people is going to show up. What Marquis say, it's a lot of great info. Oh, it absolutely is.
Thank you, brother.
So with that being said, Damali, I'm excited. I got some chill bumps,
I know. I'm really excited too.
I just wanted to ask JB because me and JB, because we at the event center with a lot of people all the time, and people always ask us for the 7 years we've been working together. Man, what y'all gonna do out here, man? We want to become more, but there's nothing out here, and it's dark out here, and it's this. So JB, we be outside talking to people all the time. But we knew certain things was coming. Now those certain things that were coming are now here. And we got boots on the ground, not the song.
Where the fans at?
Where the fans at. We might do that too, right before we start. But JB, how it make you feel, man, knowing of so many people that always ask us those questions?
I've been documenting on my own, just my own personal time. I have every time I step outside of the building, I always snap a picture. And for like the last year, I've been snapping pictures of the progress. So I'll continue to do that. And it just puts a smile on my face to see all the great development coming to North Tulsa. Real quick, I want to say that you guys mentioned something about community garden. And I know RIP Dean Finley, he had purchased some land on 46, I believe it is, on Mohawk. So you guys should look into his family estate. Before he passed, he was working on opening up that community garden. So I would like to see his name also represented because he was really big in giving back to the community as well. You guys holler at Bobby Eaton. He probably get you more info or his family estate about that.
Okay.
All right. I also Marquise Dennis said community consists of small businesses, churches, and school districts. And you're absolutely correct. So we can't keep y'all forever.
Right.
But even though we want to. So whatever your final thoughts are for the people before we let y'all go or hang around, because we got some other stuff to talk about. And what do you want to share with the people?
Well, I just want to share that one of the things that we're trying to do is to bring Black entrepreneurs to the area.
Yep.
That is really important for us. And so we're keeping that at the forefront. We've identified a list of Black entrepreneurs that want to come to the area. So when we have new development and commercial spaces, then they'll have an opportunity to come to North Tulsa. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that when we started this work, we realized that there was not a GED program in North Tulsa. And so what we did is partner with Madison Strategist Group and the Dream Center, and we're bringing a GED program back to North Tulsa.
Awesome.
And so it's going to be an in-person opportunity as well as an online opportunity. And the goal is to graduate 75 students in by December of this year.
Okay.
And so really excited about that work. The in-person classes will be at the Dream Center, and so that will start next month. So we'll come back and share more information about that program. But that's something that we're trying to do. We want to be a gap filler when we realize that there are holes in our community where people are not getting what they need. And
Right.
so that's another part of Northside Neighbors.
I love that because you know what? When I see Reggie, what I think about Damali is health. Is wealth. So his 29 years at the health department, you can see that health, love in this whole project because you can do the development and all of that. But what's that? So I can see with the green spaces and the garden. Now, I see how it's laced in there. I like that because hey, if you're not taking care of yourself, then all this is really for naught. So I love that component. Damali, final thoughts? Final question?
Final thoughts. I would say this. You guys get tapped in. We say on this show all the time that there are many great things happening in North Tulsa. You just got to get tapped in. We're bringing these things to you so that you can be a part. We never want our community to feel like they're being alienated and that things are being chunked at them. So that's why these initiatives are coming, about. So make sure that you get over and you participate in the survey. Y'all, they get the gas card. If you don't want the gas card, give it to me. I'll take it.
Damali, you've been hanging around me. I'm from Arkansas.
Yeah.
We the one came up with the word chunk. So I don't know how. I ain't never heard nobody in Tulsa say chunk. We
Excuse me, I'm
chunk
from
rocks.
Alabama.
That's a little further south.
said, hold
They
on
chunk
now.
it too. She chunked it to me
chunked
in Arkansas, but I don't know how I got to Tulsa to the Midwest that quick.
We
But
chunked it
anyway,
over to
y'all
her.
chunked it over to her. Okay, you good with it. But I
Yes.
agree with you, Damali, though.
Yes. So anyway, we just want to say thank you guys so much for doing the work.
Thank you.
Just make sure that you email us all of the information so that we can post it. And we're gonna be right walking alongside you guys because you guys are neighbors now.
Yeah.
We at 11:25. Y'all what at 9:30?
9:30.
Hey, we neighbors. We up in this thing.
Bring the bingo board.
Exactly.
Just like that.
Come on, the bingo.
All right,
Now,
y'all.
y'all on the north side of the 36 or the south side of 36?
We're on the south side.
South side. Okay.
Yes.
So we can have a dodgeball game.
Yeah.
Back and forth. Okay. Y'all, we're going to take a quick break. They may hang around. We'll see. This is KBOB 89.9 FM World One Development News you could use with Charles and Damali with JB Smooth on the ones and twos. We'll be right back, y'all.
Looking to take your event to the next level with professionalism and energy? Contact World One Development. We host events, have radio personalities, offer community engagement and videography. We also do live radio remotes, red carpet appearances, create promos, event recaps, drops, and flyers. We also create customized advertising packets to promote your business, organization, or program. Visit our website at world1development.com. You can also reach us on social media at World One Development.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news in 5, 4, 3, 2. Saturday, May 10th at 7 p.m. Every road in the city leads to the Guthrie Green for Mayfest 2025. Mayfest 2025. And performing live is one of Tulsa's baddest bands. I'm talking about Bobby Eaton and the Eaton Out Band performing live for the first time ever at Mayfest on the Guthrie Green stage. Saturday, May 10th at 7 p.m. You don't want to miss this. Mayfest is absolutely free to the public, and they got the best vendors from all over. So make sure your calendar is marked. Grab your lawn chairs and blankets, and we'll see you Saturday, May 10th at 7 p.m. with the Eaton Out Band performing live at Mayfest. Follow the Eaton Out Band at EatonOutBand.com. And for more info or complete Mayfest schedule, visit TulsaMayfest.org.
EduRec is the place where education and recreation meets. At EduRec, we have a host of programs such as Spring Break Camp, Summer Camp, and After School. We also have Black History Saturdays. It's located at 5424 North Madison Avenue. To donate, sponsor, or volunteer for any of our programs at EduRec, go to edurectulsa.com. Call EduRec today at 918-430-3947. And you can also visit us on any of our social media platforms at EduRec Tulsa. EduRec Tulsa, where education and recreation meet.
Average black family passes on, listen to this, $0 to the next generation. Yep, I said 0. That means when somebody dies, the family gets nothing. No wonder we cry so much at funerals. We're grieving twice, grieving over losing a loved one and grieving that they didn't leave us.
So, you guys on our live today were not able to hear the clip that we just played.
Right, sorry about
and
that.
so we apologize. However, it is on our Facebook page already. So at World One Development, later on after we are done with the show, you can go back and listen to it. But what it said was the average black family leaves $0 to the next generation. And so the average black family,
Yeah.
thank you, the average black family leaves $0 to their next generation. And so that's something that we wanted to talk about because, and what he said was, instead of wills, we leave bills.
Right.
And that was really, upsetting to me. But true, when you stop and think about, like, if I literally sit here and think about people that I know that have passed on, I really don't see a lot of generational wealth in our community, which is unfortunate. And so we want to talk a little bit about that, and we're not going to have time today because of all of the technical difficulties and all that stuff that we face, but we're going to talk about this again, so maybe next week
we'll
can
go
pick it
high
up.
level and do it. And it's
High
Damali
level.
idea was to mute y'all out. I didn't do that. And the special guest didn't say that. She decided to hit you
Y'all.
because it'd be a whole nother party when we're gonna break.
Yes.
But anyway, our special guests are still here with us, Tanya and Mr. Reggie Ivy. They're gonna hang around for a few minutes and we'll get their take on it because I think the things that they was talking about are the things that you can put in place
Right.
to help you hopefully leave a will instead of a bunch of bills. So Damali, come on, give us a couple things.
So actually, I did some research, and this actually comes from an article, and I don't know why I don't have the name of the article, but anyway, I'll post it up on our social media. But it says that we are in a state of emergency, that more than 70% of black Americans don't have a will. Let that sink in. 70%.
yeah, that's
That's pretty sad. It says overall 33% of US adults have a will. So that's still bad. You know what I mean? That's still bad.
It's like across the board.
Across the board, we don't have wills. And why is that?
And let me ask you, Reggie, we'll pass it because y'all stood. Thank you for hanging around. 'Cause
Yes,
sometimes
first-
cousins come be like, hey, we didn't do what we're going to do. We got to go. But y'all hanging around. But when you think about what she said, where like 70% does not have a will, when you think about community and how important that is, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, if you don't, I'd like to share a personal story, and I'll let Tangela talk about our work. But I lost my wife after 24 years.
Yep.
And when we were in our 20s, we recognized the importance of having a will and having a life insurance policy. And not only having a life insurance policy through our job, but we also had life insurance policies on our own.
Right.
And when she passed unexpectedly, I was 48 years old and I had two minor children. My daughter was 14 and my son was 16. But because we had prepared in our 20s, financially we didn't miss a beat. And I was able to send my kids to college
Yes.
and to take care of them in a way that was necessary financially because we had prepared, 20 years earlier. And so I want to encourage people, if you don't have a will that really outlines what you want to do if you were to pass away, it's dangerous. It's and what we have to understand is that other cultures and races of people, they have been setting their kids up for the future.
Yes.
Generationally, because of the wills that they have in place, or trust that they have in place, and life insurance policies. So it is so important for us as black people to take care of our families and think not only of today, but to think generationally.
Right.
I think you said something real important. I'm going to pass you the ball. Y'all did it early.
Yes.
Because the ticket is normally early in your 20s, another good thing is you healthy.
That's
So
right.
that means your policies you can get
Lower.
much more cheaper,
That's
a lot
right.
lower.
That's
you know,
right.
you,
Yeah.
you
And
wait.
keep it longer.
Yeah, and
Yes.
keep it longer.
Yeah.
So I just want to add that to it. So I'm going to pass you the ball. Tanya, what do you think when you think about the will?
So
then-
one of the last questions you asked, what were your thoughts about just, the things coming to North Tulsa? One of the things that excites me is knowing that little house of ours that we bought, when we came here, we moved to Owasso. We're a mixed race family. Some of the stuff that happened to us in Owasso was not great for our children. So when we had a conversation about where we wanted to go, and my husband said, we need to take our kids somewhere where they're going to be safe. So we came to North Tulsa. And my husband is loved and accepted. He's the Santa Claus. He's the Boys and Girls Club Santa. I'm Mrs. Santa. What this means to me is that little house in North Tulsa has been our refuge. It has been our safety net. That community is my son's community. Though Mr. Rodney across the street, he looks out for my sons. So knowing that we're going to leave them that house that we've been fixing up all this time, they will always have a place to live. Nobody's ever going to be able to put them out of their house. They come out without having rent. Think about that.
Right.
When you come out without having rent, you're set.
Right. Right. Because that's normally your biggest bill.
That's your biggest
that
bill.
rent. Right.
So for me, that's what's exciting. When I think about leaving, bills and not wills. Hey, I've been there struggling, trying to pay the bills, trying to get by. I totally understand what we're going through. But if you have a little bit of something, you need to spell it out so that you can leave it to people that you love, so that the government doesn't get a hold of it. The city holds it up forever. Being in probate ain't no joke. You do not want to do that. So I think it's really important for us to start thinking about those, getting our kids future ready.
Do you ever think about going back to Owasso?
Never.
Now?
Never.
Okay.
We won't go back. We can go back now. We can afford to go back. But
why?
No, but why? I have community where I am.
I just said that because a lot has changed about the dynamic of that city versus you being there in the early years when a lot of us weren't there. And you said you experienced a lot of, there was different things you experienced that made you leave that community. But now if you had a choice, you said you would stay.
No, I'm
in
staying
North
here.
Tulsa.
As a matter of fact, I'm waiting for the new houses over there. I'm getting me a little yellow Craftsman when the new houses come up.
She had already planned it out.
We're north. Look, if we're not in the Caribbean, we're north.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
I love it.
That's who we are.
And that's how we have to be about the community. And those are the type of people you want working with you, engaging you. People that's engaged themselves are engaging you because they showing you. So it'll be the path of least resistance. Because a lot of times what we run into is what? Resistance.
Yeah. Right.
But Damali, I'm going to come back.
Yeah.
Go ahead to
So,
what we're
okay,
addressing.
so let me address a couple of things here. Okay, so one of the things was when you're talking about Owasso and that you went there, right? That's where I live now. So I actually took a first-time homebuyers class that was offered by Community Action Project way back in the day. Like this was 90s, early 90s.
We telling your age now.
And I
1965,
don't care.
like by
It wasn't no
65.
65. Shut up. But anyway, when I took that class and when I graduated, well, BOK gave us match money. So we had opened up a savings account, had to put money in it, all that. And BOK gave us the match money, but I couldn't find a place to live in North Tulsa.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, because that's where I wanted to be. That's where I lived. My mom was here. Most of my family was here. Couldn't find any place to live because I wanted a house that was going to appreciate, not depreciate, right? And so I ended up getting a house over in Preston Lakes, over in Rogers County, which is Owasso, out by the high school, because it was a new development that was coming up. So I was there. I moved out there in 1998. And have been there ever since. And so now with this new development, I'm like,
You coming back home?
Come on.
Damali's coming back home.
home.
Come on. Look, we're going to be doing you like this.
might be leaving the O.
You coming on back. Let me go to the live because I don't want the people to think we're leaving out. Mr. Marquise Dennis, I'm going to try to read this. And he does a lot in the community. If you don't know Marquise Dennis, he said, I believe it's because of the fear in the programming that when it comes to wills or insurance policies, they have made it seem like the only people that do that are those that are plotting to kill their person.
Oh, God.
Or they partner. See,
Yeah.
Marquise done went
Okay,
way
he
deeper.
done went to the conspiracy.
And so a lot of people take those precautions. He also said black culture is the only culture that does not profit from death. That's deep to say, but it's real.
It
Go ahead.
is, but it's an act of love to take care of your family. Like, it's an act of love to make sure they're taken care of when you go on to the other side. It's an act of love.
So I'll say this. Were you finished? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
I
off.
was going to say that part of our work, we're going to have community learning classes, community listen sessions, and part of it is we'll have financial empowerment classes, but we will have people to teach about wills and trusts and all of that. So that's on the list of our classes. So we'll start those bi-monthly in July. Every July, and then skip a month, and then the next month there'll be another set of classes. So we'll look at finances, we'll look at youth development, parenting, health.
Right.
So we'll rotate out.
Right, and the thing about it, you're supposed to leave an inheritance too for your children's children.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
right.
I think that's a totally different way of thinking when you think about your children's children.
right.
You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
And I think the things that you all are doing are keeping people from just surviving.
Right.
It's different to live versus when you're just trying to survive day
That's
to day.
true.
Because if you just surviving, you're probably not leaving nothing back for nobody because you just barely made it yourself.
Right.
So programming, wisdom, understanding, financial literacy, all these things go along. Getting your GED, being educated, all that goes along with building toward living and not just existing.
Right, and so I'll say a couple of things really quick because we're kind of running really short on time. But this is the thing: a lot of people think that you have to have something to leave in order to have a will. That's not true. What they suggest is anybody over the age of 18, you should have a will.
Over 18.
Anybody over the age of 18. They're also saying that what they're finding out is that you need to find an attorney who is culturally competent, right, and understands the specific issues of the black community in order to create your will. Right. So just don't go get any attorney, because then that would end up turning into why you don't get a will, right? Also, the other things that you need outside of a will are a durable power of attorney. You need a healthcare power of attorney and a living will. Now, we're not going to have time to talk about all of those things today, but those are things that you need to be thinking about. So write these terminologies down, okay? Durable power of attorney,
Right.
healthcare power of attorney, and a living will. And then the last thing is that you need to revisit these documents on an annual basis.
There you go. Right.
Because things change. Like, Reggie, when you and your wife got your policy, you probably didn't even have kids.
Right.
You know,
Right,
and
we did
so
not.
then if you didn't have kids, then your will needs to now address the fact that now we have children.
Exactly.
What do I want done with my children in case, because something could have happened to both of you.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So if something happens to the two of you, then what happens with my kids?
Right.
You know, who's going to be responsible for
Right.
that? Who's going to be in charge of taking care of my assets and making sure that the distributions
Right.
I've decided I want to happen? Who's going to be in charge of making sure those things happen?
Right.
So we need to revisit these documents on an annual basis. And you know, this stuff is dear to my heart because I'm a legal assistant by trade. That's what I did for 25 years. We did wills and trusts and powers of attorney, all of that. So, you know, this is very important. So we'll revisit all of this stuff
Yeah.
at a later date, maybe
We'll
next
probably
week.
touch about on it a little more next week, because
Yeah.
we begged them to stay for another 15 minutes for this segment, just to know it hits us all when you're dealing with your will and your trust. And on the live, Marquise Dennis last year said he want to be in on a parenting piece. What y'all do, because
Good
he
job,
work with
Marquise.
fathers and all of that. So
Shameless
we'll make sure
plug.
y'all
Get
We will
connect.
connect. Yep.
All right. So finally, now I'm gonna say how people can engage, because it's been a long show. But when is your engagement meeting? So if nothing else, they know when that is, so you can plug in there.
April 28th, 6 p.m., 36th Street Event Center. Come for the barbecue information, and also come for the Quick Trip $25 gift card.
Stay for the survey.
Great plug.
Come for the barbecue. Stay for the survey.
Just like
I
that.
love
Can I
it.
just say one more thing?
can.
Yes.
We are, Northside Neighbors is also going to be doing a small area plan. And so we are working with a vendor, and somebody you may already know, Greg Robinson, is on that project.
Yes.
The small area plan that has been in place for 36th Street North area has expired.
Oh.
So there's a need for a new one.
Yes.
And so we're going to be launching that soon.
That's
Okay,
awesome,
that is
awesome.
awesome.
Well, thanks again, man. It's been good vibes. Y'all just like cousins, family
Yeah.
showing up. We appreciate
Yeah.
y'all coming by KBOB, hanging out with Damali, myself, and DJ JB Smooth. There are a couple hot topics we got, because this Sunday is Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
So get the banana color suits out, and get the long gaiters out and all that, to dust off everything. Because you know everybody come out for Easter Sunday. We also got an event that's coming up at Lacey Park. Chavez Miller is here. He's gonna jump on with us live. We're gonna take a quick break. And then Uncle Bobby talking to me. He got his shades on. The what? We'll be right back, y'all. KBOB 89.9 FM. World One Development News Reviews. Charlie and Damali will come back with our Hump Day Hot Topics.
The 36th Street North Event Center is proud to kick off another great season of social gatherings with family and friends. And no matter what the size of your next event, the 36th Street North Event Center has you covered. From event decor to live DJs, even catering, and a world-class sound and lighting system, 36th Street North has your event covered. We offer a state-of-the-art event booking and planning process from start to finish. And whether you're hosting 100 or 1,000, 36th Street North Event Center is the premier event center of North Tulsa, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Share the experience at 36th Street North Event Center and see why we are the #1 choice for upscale events. From weddings to birthdays, corporate functions, holiday parties, and so much more. Visit us today at 36theventcenter.com. Or call and reserve your spot at 918-200-9046.
Oh, yes, it's bingo night. Bingo! And the money right. Bingo. It's bingo night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night. Every first and third Tuesday. With start starting February 4th. It's Bingo Night at 36th Street North Event Center. Bingo Night. Bingo Nights at 36th Street North Event Center every first and third Tuesday with lots of cash and prizes to be given away. Doors will open at 6 p.m. and sessions start at 7 and 8 p.m. Game packs starting at only $25 and you could win big. 36th Street North Event Center, 1125 East 36th Street North. Bingo Nights. So grab your auntie and uncles and enjoy Bingo Nights at the 36th Street North Event Center. Concessions and refreshments will be available, and Bingo Nights at 36th Street North can be enjoyed in a smoke-free environment. Bingo Night every first and third Tuesday starting February 4th at 36th Street North Event Center. For more information, call 918-200-9046. Bingo Nights is presented by the 36th Street North Event Center and NYCU.FM. Cash and prizes are based on minimum attendance requirements. We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news in 5, 4, 3, 2. Saturday, May 10th at 7 p.m. Every road in the city leads to the Guthrie Green for Mayfest 2025. Mayfest 2025. And performing live is one of Tulsa's baddest bands. I'm talking about Bobby Eaton and the Eaton Out Band performing live for the first time ever at Mayfest on the Guthrie Green stage. Saturday, May 10th at 7 p.m. You don't want to miss this. Mayfest is absolutely free to the public, and you know they got the best vendors from all over. So make sure your calendar is marked. Grab your lawn chairs and blankets, and we'll see you Saturday, May 10th at 7 p.m. with the Eaton Out Band performing live at Mayfest. Follow the Eaton Out Band at EatonOutBand.com. And for more info or complete Mayfest schedule, visit TulsaMayfest.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, the all new KBOB 89.9 FM, Black on Black Community Radio.
And now it's time for the Hump Day Hot Topics with Charles and Damali.
Hey, guess what day it is?
Hump Day!
Hump Day! It's Hump Day!
Hey, Mike. It's the Hump Day Hot Topics on News You Can Use.
Mike.
And we are back, y'all. What's going on? Hey, boy, what a crazy, great segment with Tangela and Mr. Reggie Ivy.
I know, right?
Y'all better plug in. We'll see y'all soon. We took a picture. We're going to post it. So if you did miss it, hey, you didn't need to. So share this live. I'm finna do it myself right now. Damali, we got a couple Hump Day Hot Topics. What we got going on?
Yeah, so we're only going to talk about one because of time. Greenwood Cultural Center is offering a genealogy workshop. This is huge, y'all. And so the reason I'm telling you guys about it is because I have actually signed up for the workshop myself. My mom has signed up for the workshop. And so you guys need to get locked in. So there's going to be a community-engaged genealogy project that's going to be focused on healing and empowerment. It's going to happen on April 25th or Saturday, April 26th. They're going to be serving lunch at the Greenwood Cultural Center. It's going to be from 10 to 4. And what they're going to be doing is, and what you can expect is understanding how genealogists identified the first victims of the 1921 Graves investigation. You're going to learn how DNA supports genealogical research, how to gain better understanding of how to think about genealogists and enhance your own family research. And then you're going to receive hands-on materials to guide your work moving forward and connect to a supportive community of others interested in genealogy and how to expand your work. Now, this is a free event, but you have to register. That's why I'm making a big deal about it, and that's why I want you guys to know about it. You have to go to greenwoodculturalcenter.org/genealogy-workshop in order to register. The classes are filling up. As I said, my mom, myself, and I believe my sister signed up too. So we're going to, because we want to understand how we are plugged in to 1921. I know that my grandparents were here. But I don't know if they were here right when the massacre happened. You know what I'm saying? Right. So now we're trying to connect the dots. So you guys get signed up, register. I mean, you know, it can't hurt you. If your family was here, there are a lot of great things that are going to be coming for descendants.
And it's going to be free 99, y'all. So make sure you pull up. We're going to post it on our website. And also happening this weekend, Damali, is Easter Sunday.
It is Easter already. I can't even believe it. I'm like, Easter, what?
I know, but we got a special guest live in studio because we talking about Easter. Right? Everybody want to know what's going on. Where can I get an egg from? Where can I hang out with the people and all of that? We got a special guest live in studio.
Yes, none other
The man, the myth,
than
the legend.
our frat brother.
Yep, Luke Bobby.
Yes.
Yeah.
The man with the plan, Mr.
Yeah.
Chavez Miller. How
Yes.
are you, sir?
Oh, I'm good, man. Moving and grooving, shaking and baking like I always do. You know how I go.
We have to do this, man, only because we got
Yeah.
a couple thousand people. It's been a crazy show today. If
Yeah.
people don't know about you, give them just a little snippet of who you are, man.
So I'm Chavez Miller. I am the active president of Kappa Sigma Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay.
I'm also the manager at Lacey Park. I run my own company called Discover Training, where I do player development from 3 years old up to professionals. And I also do public speaking. I currently have 2 books called SAC, Everything You Need to Achieve Any Goal. If you need goal setting, that is the book for you. It goes from 6th grade all the way up to adults. And I also have another book called The Power of Perspective, The Millionaire Mindset.
Okay.
Yeah,
come on
yeah. So
with
that's
it.
stuff.
yeah. So that's what I'm doing. I am married. I have 2 beautiful sons, Xavier and Zion. You know, and shout out to my beautiful wife, JD.
Yes.
Man, let me ask you this, man. How are
Good
you
job,
feeling
good
about the Tulsa community right now? It seems like there's a lot of good things going on. The energy. What's your lens?
I love it, man. I love it. I feel like there's finally a sense of unity. I've been talking to, I'm not going to say who I've been talking to, but I've been talking to a lot of key people, and everybody's talking the same. And instead of duplicating a lot of things, a lot of people are starting to try to come together. Like, for instance, I was on a call. Today's Wednesday. I was on a call on Monday, and it was about 25 of us, and all of us do Easter, not Easter egg, but back to school events.
Right.
So we're trying to see how we can have one big event or a couple of big events versus having a little small micro events, one macro event. Yeah,
I like that. I like that.
So
I like
I feel like it's unity not just within our culture, but just citywide.
Yes.
So yeah.
I think that's good because he's the one person that when he calls, you have to answer. Now, I don't know what's required to do that. I don't know if it's wrestling moves, UFC moves. I don't know what requires that, but there's one person, when people call, hit the bell, you got to get on. No, Damali, we be on too. Like, yes, sir, we here. What you need, man. And it's everybody all around the city, so I'm going to say thank you because one thing I know, that's love.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
respect.
No. Oh, yeah.
That's
No,
who
most
you
definitely,
are,
man. Most
because-
definitely. No, I just, for me, man, I've always been community, and I've always been about, regardless of what group I'm a part of, just bringing everybody together, man. Like, better together. That's my, I go to Transformation Church. Shout out Transformation Church.
Shout
and
out.
That was our motto. Like when I first came to church, it's like better together, and so that's kind of what I've lived by. And my goal is just always to just bring people together, man. Just to try to make it. God has given me a lot of resources, so whatever resource I can provide to people to help make life easy, like I plan on doing that. Yeah.
All right. Well, you got a big event come up. That's why we brought you in on the upcoming events. What you got happening this weekend, which is Easter weekend?
So we have Lacey Park and Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Kappa Sigma. We have our annual Easter egg hunt. And so last year we served somewhere around 450 kids. And so our goal this year is to serve around 600 kids. And so we'll have our Easter egg hunt. We do understand that the weather is possibly going to be bad. And so with that being the case, we've already made contention to have it inside in the building. And so we'll have Jupiter jumps, we'll have free food available. And we're just going to have a good time, man. We'll be in there from 12. The flyer says 12 to 1, but really it's 12 until you're ready to go. 'Cause we're going to have a good time, But yeah, that's what we have going on. And, the Sigmas, we've been doing this for a really long time, and so we just love serving the community, giving back to the community. And so this is one of our opportunities to do that.
I love that. Is it also like the 100 Black Men or the Police Officers?
So it's also the Black Officers Coalition. That
Black
we
Officers
with.
Coalition.
Yes. So shout out to DeLon Sanders, our frat brother. He was able to hook that up. So yeah, so between the Sigmas and the Black Officers Coalition, we've been doing this for a really long time.
Man, that's good stuff. So what can people, you kind of said food, you said jumping Jupiter. Now for your people, they said if it's rain, they're going to be on the inside.
Right.
Yeah. See raindrops falling on your head. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, still come through. Yeah, nothing's going to stop us from serving the community. So.
Right. And I can say, man, I haven't been hearing a whole lot that's going on in terms of Easter egg something. So this might be the main one. So people that's sitting back like, man, we didn't do it this year. I thought about something, but they want to give or they want to support or help in your effort. Then where can they go and what can they do?
So you can email me, cmiller@cityoftulsa.org, or you can call the office line 918-596-1470. Hey, listen, we always need eggs. Last year. So last year, the last 2 years, we've planned to serve more kids each year, and it seems like we never have enough. Like
Yeah.
somebody always like, well, I didn't get no eggs. I'm like, well, dang, dog.
And to be honest, with eggs not being so expensive, you might have some grown people out there.
Man.
Easter egg hunting.
Hey, listen.
Man, we need some eggs for that potato salad.
I might have to fight him.
Say, Grandma, was that you, Grandma?
Grandma, you took my son's eggs. Girl, you better give me them eggs back.
Eggs, $12
Yeah. Oh, and just so we're clear, of course, it's Easter eggs with candy in it, not actual real eggs.
Right.
Yeah,
Put it down.
Yeah. Some grandma out there done put a skillet over the fire. Let me go get these eggs right quick.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good, y'all. You see, like everybody with us is family right here on KBOB. We gonna pull up. World One Development News. You can do is we gonna swing through.
Yes,
we
sir.
gonna be live, lit, on location. So y'all can look to find us out there as well.
Yeah.
We want to just plug that in because we said Easter in a tradition. Let's give just one tradition we have with Easter. Each one of us. It is Easter Sunday.
Yeah. No.
So what's our own?
So for me, it's boiled eggs.
Boiled eggs.
So I'm sorry, deviled eggs.
Deviled eggs.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like my grandma, man, them deviled eggs, man. Listen, I might be driving down to Arkansas just to get those turned around and come back.
There you go.
Yeah, them deviled eggs be on point. Shout out to my grandma. I love you.
DJ JB Smooth, you also Arkansas. What is a family tradition maybe with Easter?
I would say definitely going to grandma's and all the family coming down to the farm and just, even if you went to church that Sunday, you still better make it to grandma's for the family get together, go Easter egg hunt, definitely. And we use real eggs because grandma had chickens, so eggs wasn't a problem.
Damali, what's your family tradition here in Tulsa? We done went Arkansas. Now we back on the home turf in Tulsa. What you be doing?
So our family tradition is we have always traditionally gone to church as a family, as a unit. So that's, one of them, and us for church goers, we'd be like, man, we got to get to church early on Sunday because everybody coming to church.
Yes.
Because you coming to church with grandma.
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's grandma's day, to be honest. And then
it's actually the hat's day. The hat.
It is the hat.
The tradition on the live. If y'all got a tradition on the live, please let us know. We'll read it on there.
It is the hat. But, and then we also do dinner.
Yeah.
And when my kids were younger, we used to do like a mini Easter egg hunt at the house while dinner was finishing up dinner. But my kids my baby's
so y'all
27. So
y'all cooking a full course meal.
It goes down. Yeah, we gotta eat.
So it ain't
it's Sunday dinner and it's Easter.
No Golden Corral.
Oh no.
No Texas Roadhouse.
Oh no.
Cooking at the house.
At the house.
Like a family. Does Easter bring the family really together?
Man, they come together.
I think it does.
I think it does. Easter, Thanksgiving,
Christmas.
Now, y'all don't knock me for this. I even seen people that don't normally go to church.
Yeah.
Get all the kids outfits on Easter.
They go Easter
because
tradition
it's going down.
See, well, you coming up on a tradition is some Easter speeches.
Easter
plays.
Yeah.
So that's always typically people might be to miss church, but they gonna come to that Easter play on Easter something.
There was a statistic that they said Easter was the most attended church service nationwide.
Oh, absolutely.
Nationwide, yeah.
Absolutely.
Nationwide.
Yeah. So I found it. Charles, say what your tradition is.
Oh, my tradition is we got to go to church.
Yeah.
And we our tradition is we gonna go and laugh at all the big hats. Is our tradition.
Not laugh at the big hat.
Hey, them hats out there.
I mean, that's a tradition. Like we can't wait.
Out of line.
Because baby, the hats is coming out.
They coming out.
The WW. They coming out.
So listen, I went to get my nails done yesterday, and when I was there talking to my nail tech, she was saying, honey, the little old ladies that came in here and got their nails done, they so funny because they like, honey, look at my outfit that I got for Easter. And I'm cracking up because I'm like, what, really?
Right.
So they all excited about their Easter outfit with the hat, right?
I'll tell you, my tradition now is going to be coming to Lacey Park, man. Something that's being consistent, man. It's my sorors. It's a police department, so that's the engagement at. So doing something fun with the community. That'll be a piece of my tradition. Then I'm going to hit church on Sunday, get me something to eat, and I'll kick back and
There's
chill.
no rules to Easter, but we did forget one main deal. It's painting eggs. That used to be a big
we could do that with my kids.
That was
decorate them.
Are y'all decorating eggs?
No, not this year.
Not
Yeah,
this year.
yeah, that's competition right there.
Hey, that might be something we do in the future. Though.
Even the plastic ones, you could put them in the water. You could wrap them with the thing and throw it in the hot water, and then it would shrink like you did it. Yeah, that was.
I think what you do, we do like if we add like you decorate the Easter egg and do first place 100, second place 50, third place 25. Let the kids come out an hour early.
Steal that, right?
No, we might need to implement that next year. We ain't gonna steal it. Y'all gonna join us. Ain't no stealing around here. We unified.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, to be serious. Look, the whole family be behind you for $100.
Hey, let's implement that next year. I'm saying it now. We implement that next year. Yeah.
Y'all just don't know. I'm an eggologist. Don't play with me. I'm like, hey, Picasso.
For $100, you'll be. Oh, yeah.
And one thing they said adults are not supposed to do on Easter. Now, this is what you're not supposed to do.
What?
Is climb trees on Good Friday.
Good Friday. Yeah.
Why would you want
that?
I don't know. No household work should be done on Good Friday either. That is a Easter weekend tradition.
No work?
No household work.
No household
on Good Friday.
Shit, that's when I get out my stuff done.
I know, right? That's what she is.
Yard work.
I know. Friday's Good Friday.
All the lines you get done on that day.
I'm sorry. There was children should not climb trees.
Oh, okay. I was like, because I'm like, I ain't climbing.
Adults should not do work on Good Friday.
Yeah.
So they're saying that the top 4 things that are traditions in the black family are going to church, which most of us have said that.
Going to church.
Easter plays and pageants. You did say that. Easter egg hunt.
Okay.
But they say for the golden egg.
Golden egg.
Y'all got golden egg?
We can get a golden egg.
We can get a golden egg.
Okay.
Yeah. We can see what we can do to make that happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then number 4.
We've had eggs in the past with money in them, but it wasn't a golden egg.
You right.
But it's still money.
The
money egg got that.
Because the gold might be a giveaway, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. Okay, and the number 4 thing, Easter dinner.
Definitely.
Man, we right on time.
That should have been number 1.
I know, right? It should have been number 1.
That food needs to be smelling right. All right, well,
lamb chops.
Man, y'all have a great Good Friday, because that's going to be this Friday, and then a good Easter, and come out and celebrate with us on Saturday with the family. This is the community thing.
Yep. Oh, one more shout out I want to give to. Our chapter is celebrating our 30-year reunion.
30.
August 26th.
Yes.
Hey, we got tickets for $25. It's not something you're going to want to miss, because it's going to be an old school party. This ain't one you got to come dress up. You come casual, come in your jeans, come regular, ready to party, because we going to have a blast. April 26th, starting at 7 p.m.
Where's it going to be? Is it going to be in Lacey?
No, it'll be at St. Augustine.
St.
Augustine Church.
We're going to post that. We'll post
that.
We'll post that.
You got a flyer?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll post that, y'all.
Okay.
We'll post that. Y'all get past your eggs and then start stretching right after that. Right after you eat your eggs and eat that dinner, start stretching. Yeah. It's going to be coming up right behind it. All right, Damali, what we got? Black History Trivia?
Black History Trivia. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. Where's AJ? AJ, you better be paying attention.
AJ, I hope you're still on.
Yes.
Here we go.
Black History Trivia. Who was the first black person to play at the Masters at Augusta National Golf Club? Was it A, Robert Lee Elder, B, Calvin Peete, C, Jim Thorpe, or D, Tiger Woods? Now, looks like I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that said A. I got one person that said B. What you say?
I was the only one that said B. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
Go with B.
No.
Don't be trying to coerce him.
I'm gonna go different. I'm gonna go D. I'm gonna go Tiger Woods.
You gonna go D?
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Okay.
The first
Yeah.
black person.
Okay. What?
Tiger Woods.
Stop
Let
it.
me go. I'm gonna go to the live real
Go to
quick.
the
We
live,
got
see
Leon
somebody.
Fowler, the
Hey,
second.
Leon.
That's on here.
What's
Polo
that?
Powell. That's Fred out of
Hey,
St. Louis.
Polo.
He done pulled up on us one time, and we also got Verna Downing Rogers. She's already signed up and
Verna.
registered for the genealogy.
Good
She said
job.
thanks
We're gonna
and
have a
good
good
shout
time.
out. Your mama said, "Hey, it's Friday." Yeah, it
Yes.
is Good Friday. AJ, I hope you got that. What's your answer to the question? Man, there's a lot of people in live. So AJ said B.
AJ said B.
Leon said B.
Leon,
I forgot what I said.
you said A.
Hey. Oh yeah.
He like, I forgot. Tell me what
That was
I
at the
said.
beginning of the show. So that was at the beginning.
Okay,
They
okay,
said
okay.
A. So what I did, Fred, they said A, and I said A. You know, that's the song. A. You know what I'm talking about? So, Damali, what we got?
Well, let me see. If you said A, you would be correct.
A.
Yes. Robert Lee Elder was an American professional.
Man, Fred, I've been wrong like 3 weeks in a row. I needed this. You don't even know. I'm like before Good Friday, before the Lord come back. Lord, I've been swinging and missing.
Y'all finally got one right.
I finally got one.
So in 1975, he became the first black golfer to play in the Masters tournament, where he missed the cut. Elder was invited to the tournament after he won the 1974 Monsanto Open. For the first 40 years of the Masters, golfers had been exclusively white, and caddies were exclusively black.
What?
Man, that is something. So
right
for
there.
you,
40 years. And so
For
he
the
was
B.
the first one in 1975.
all right, JB, you might have to give us some music because we got a lot of upcoming
Ooh, I'm
events.
gonna
Y'all
have to
get y'all
put my glasses on for these
pen and
upcoming
get y'all
events.
pad.
Say
But
a
the
lot.
beauty of coming on this show,
Let's see.
and Fred, if you think of something else, let us know. The party is on the 26th,
Yes,
and then you know Saturday is going down at high noon.
Yes, yes,
Okay, y'all
yes.
get ready for these upcoming events.
Okay, so we already talked about Lacey Park. So then the next thing is going to be the Grassroots Community Resource Outreach. It's going to be happening on April 19th from 9:30 to 1 o'clock p.m. at the Rudisill Library, located at 1520 North Hartford. They're going to be offering breakfast and lunch, and childcare is going to be provided. They are needing 100 community members with children ages 0 to 5 that live in North Tulsa to complete a community survey.
Let's go.
Pamela Smith Foundation
Damali,
presents.
what you got for us?
Huh?
What you got for us?
I got more. I
Got
got
more?
more. I got more.
Oh yeah,
I got a lot more.
That's why I said we needed some music.
Yeah.
We need a remix. We got like 5 of these more.
So Pamela Smith Foundation presents I Am My Sister's Keeper, Sister to Sister and Brother Conference. It's going to be happening on Saturday also, April 19th at 1 o'clock p.m. at the Greenwood Cultural Center located at 322 North Greenwood Avenue. The keynote speaker is going to be Dr. Abdul Hakim Muhammad.
Man, I heard he is right behind the man
Yeah.
with the plan.
And I heard the
Louis
food was
Farrakhan.
going to be off the hook.
Oh, her food is always
So I'm about
good.
to leave. So we 12 to 1 at Lacey,
Yeah.
and then it started at 1. So and we gonna work
Get
it
your
out.
food
Yeah.
lined up,
Get
right?
my food lined up. Go
Okay.
ahead.
All right. Soul of Sunday happens every Sunday with Corey D from 1 o'clock p.m. until 3 o'clock p.m. on nycu.fm or on Facebook at nycu.fm or Corey D. Taylor. We talked about the genealogy workshop that's going to be happening the 25th through the 27th. Don't forget, Real ID deadline is coming up. If you
Fresh, you
plan
got
on
your real
traveling,
ID?
you got,
You got your real?
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
See, we don't
Yeah,
play
we-
like
we
that.
out, yeah, we
we did a
out.
year
Yeah,
or
'cause
two
I
ago.
might have to go.
I get that early.
Yeah,
Look,
like I might have to
Damali. No, I don't play like that.
I got it.
No.
Come on, Damali. What's the...
So the Real ID, if you plan on traveling domestically or internationally, you need to have the Real ID by May 7th, or you will not be permitted to travel unless you have a passport.
You can't even go in the federal building.
No.
You would not be able
No.
to travel unless you have a passport.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
have a passport.
So you
then
don't have
will
to
be
have a
able
real
to.
ID, but you need to have both.
Yeah.
If you plan on
One
traveling.
or the other. Yes, if you plan on
I'm just
traveling.
saying, don't be out here taking chances.
Okay.
You just never know.
I wouldn't be playing.
What we got next?
All right, Mayfest is going to be happening May 9th through 11th. World One Development will be hosting on the main stage, and they're looking for volunteers. You can go to TulsaMayfest.org in order to sign up.
We'll see you there.
The Black Wall Street Rally is going to be happening May 15th through 17th.
Vroom, vroom.
The vendor spots have closed. However, the festival is still set to be a great time. We're going to be hosting yet again. You know, it's hosting
We're
season
gonna be on
for
the
us.
stage. Hey, look, we're gonna do the Divine Nine thing.
Yes.
So JB gonna get on the 1s and 2s. We're gonna get the songs right. So
Yeah.
we got to get together because you know if we
Yeah.
hosting, then we got to be. You
Y'all
know what I'm talking
finna-
about?
Gotta get it in
I'll
there.
make sure. I'll make sure.
You gonna be
we on
stretched?
point.
You make sure
Yes.
that.
No, I'll actually be out of town that weekend because you know I'm a basketball scout too.
Right.
That's right.
So I'll
Right.
be in Kansas City. It's actually live period for the high school guys.
Yeah, so you got to
Ooh,
make
it's
sure
going
that
down.
we
Yeah,
get them
so-
trained. We got to get
Yeah,
our
yeah.
practice.
Oh, yeah. No.
Okay.
It's going down.
But I'll still be at practice.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, so there's going to be live performances by the PC Band, the Jubu Experience, and Zap Band, which is going to be hosted by comedian Grossman.
What's your favorite Zappa song? Or what you going with?
Computer Love.
I'm going with Chocolate City.
Okay.
What you got? You got one? What you know about Zap?
I don't know nothing about that.
You know nothing about Zap? You know Computer Love?
Oh, wait.
I mean, I know computer
Wait.
love, but,
We're
you know,
going to take your pass, man.
Computer love, but I mean, outside of that,
Yeah.
You've been
You don't
stepping
know.
to all of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
JB
he'll
say 'em
step
all.
to anything.
Oh, my God. Name your
step
favorite
into
Zap
it.
song.
He
I mean,
don't.
computer love. That's all I know.
Oh, my God. You don't know this
It was
one?
our era.
Step.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
See,
that...
I know the song. I just didn't
that's-
know who
Who
sang.
sang?
I didn't talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
you know, as a DJ, that happens so much.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't know the actual title, but they know that's
They-
their
they-
song.
That's
Yeah.
their
That's
song.
my song. I ain't know- if you would have said that, Zap, like, okay, well, I'm zapping.
Right.
It's on, y'all.
I love
Awesome,
it. I
What we
love
got
it.
next?
All right. Let's see. The Black Wall Street I just said that one. Black Wall Street Legacy Fest. That's going to be happening May 31st.
Which is my birthday.
It's
Which is
JB
your birthday.
The day
We'll be
of
kicking it.
birth.
Yes. So for more information, you can go to Black Wall Street LegacyFest.com in order to get the full schedule and to find out about vendor opportunities as well.
Why all this stuff happening in May?
Hey, this is
Yes.
It's on this festival season.
Can we
It's
spread it
festival
out?
It's going
We're gonna-
down.
They trying to
From
kill us all at one
from
time.
May
They're
to
just gonna
August.
knock us all
stretch
out.
it all the way into June, July,
Right.
August.
EduRec Unplugged Summer Camp. Registration is now open. Registration is $50. The camp is $100 per week. It includes fun with reading and story adventures. There's going to be cultural days, food, all of that. You can go to edurectulsa.com/camps to register. Spots are limited and scholarships are first come, first served.
Just like that.
Now,
What
if they
we got
want a
next?
scholarship, kids, how did they do that?
Go to this website.
They go to the
sign
website and
up.
put their information in, and we'll give them a call. And they can just put, there's a comments space, and you just put in, I'm requesting a scholarship.
Summer camp, yo, send your kids to EduRec. It's a
We
really
have a
good
blast.
deal.
Like,
We
yeah,
have a
we do it.
blast.
And
We
I
have a
take them
blast.
to the livest spots of the 918.
You do. He drives
bus.
the bus. He's the bus driver.
Get on the bus.
And then
See, we all got a
see
lot
what
of
it is,
jobs.
We start at EduRec, but we come over to Lacey Park
Lacey,
and do
yep.
some stuff.
Yeah.
We go over to
It's a
Chamber,
beautiful
do some
thing.
stuff.
Dream
We go
Center.
to the Dream Center.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, with us, we all talk. It's all a big
We
community
family.
thing.
We
So
family.
land where you may, but we
Charles,
going.
Charles will text me, hey, when can we come?
Yeah. Like, what you want?
We
What
put it
you
on the
need?
calendar.
Come on. All right, Juneteenth is going to be happening June 18th through the 21st. It's just been announced that Rolls Royce is going to be the headliner on the 21st. So that sounds like Car Wash. Remember that Car Wash?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's the song. Yeah. So you can go to TulsaJuneteenth.org for vendor and artist deadlines. And then Jazz on the Green with Michael Fields Jr. is going to be happening August the 9th at 6 o'clock p.m. at Guthrie Green. It's going to be featuring Andrea Lisa, Nathan Mitchell, Hank Bila, and T. Rush.
Just like that. Right after that, we'll have the back to school bash over there with Chavez over
We
there.
sure will. Dang.
The 8th.
So
It'll
we'll
be
be
August
busy from April 19th all the way. Like we ain't going to stop.
It'll be August before you know it.
We'll be right back in
God.
school. We'll see
Energize the
you next
batteries,
year.
right?
Yeah.
All right, that's
Man.
good stuff, y'all. Chavez,
All
any
right.
final thoughts, man? Because we got to get out ready to get up out
No,
of here.
man, no. Just thank y'all for always being opening your doors. I mean,
Yes,
I
sir.
love serving the community, and I love what y'all do, man. So thank y'all too for what y'all do.
Just
Yeah.
like that, man. We love you too, man. Damali, final thoughts?
Final thoughts. We got to say these birthdays right here real
We
quick.
sure
So
do.
April 16th, that's today,
Today.
is your cousin's birthday,
Happy birthday,
Latricia Hall.
Cuzzo. Happy birthday down there in Arkansas.
April 20th, our Sorar, Angela Ragsdale, who actually crossed with me, she is going to be her birthday,
Happy
as well
birthday,
as
Soror.
Alexandria Nicole and my cousin Shanita Good.
Happy birthday, family.
Okay. Oh, Shanita.
Yes. And then April 21st, Commissioner Taylor West with Beyond Apology, and your high school, or your
Marquise.
Marquise.
April 21st.
yeah, you
Shout
grew
out
up
to
with
my
him.
boy.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
sir.
but anyway, you guys hit us up on any of our social media platforms. That's World One Development, EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center, 36th Street North Event Center, or NYCU.FM, or Fitting Back In.
All right, we appreciate y'all tuning in on the live. We do not take y'all tuning in with us for granted. So thank you so much. Show up Saturday. Rain, hail, sleet, or snow. This is Oklahoma, y'all. But
Man,
it's going
don't
down
say
at
the
Lacey
S
Park
word.
at high noon. No, it ain't
Sleet
gonna
and
snow.
snow?
Might a little rain. Ain't gonna do that. What's your final thoughts, Damali, before we go?
No, you know what? There's a lot of great stuff happening in our community. Guys, get tapped in.
Right.
I'm telling you, we heard about GED courses that are going to be offered. We've heard about first-time homebuyer classes that are going to be offered. There's just a lot of things that are happening. Great stuff happening over at Lacey Park for your children and for you as well. I mean, so there's just a lot of stuff happening. Guys, just tap in. Tap in because this is our community, and we can't complain about what's happening in our community if we're not participating.
Just like that. And what I'll say is help us stay on the air by donating something to Eden Media Services. You can send that donation made payable to Eden Media Services, the 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D. We moved on up just a little bit, y'all. Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74106. This has been news you can use. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper.
And I'm Damali Wilson.
And JB Smooth on the ones and twos. And we're live every Wednesday from 1 p.m. until we get off.
And it's like that. And that's the way it is.
I was not expecting
Yeah, with a Run DMC on that one.
that till we get off.
Until we get off.
Hey, check this out. If you would like to promote or advertise your business on this amazingly awesome, funny news talk show we air every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on KBOB 89.9 FM. NYCU.FM, and of course the news you can use media networks. All you got to do is inbox us on Facebook or social media at World One Development. This has been World One Development's news you can use with your host, Mr. Charles Harper and Miss Damali Wilson. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to the host and their guests, not necessarily to the other people in the room, but they're included also. Seriously. That's not what the script said, but that's what I said. Hey, not necessarily to the station, organization, committee, or other groups or individuals associated with KBOB 89.9 FM, Eden Media Services, World One Development's news you can use, and NYCU.FM. Y'all have a great day. That's it for us. Anything else?
Love y'all.
I love y'all.
Spread more love.
It's wild.
It is supposed to storm. I checked the forecast a while ago for Easter, so we are looking
For Easter Sunday or Easter Saturday?
I'm looking at the
Must be a little
forecast
bit of
right
both.
now, and it is not looking good.
So we inside.
There's definitely 95%
perfectly
chance
fine.
on Saturday. 95% chance. Periods of rain and thunderstorm watch for flash floodings, hail,
Dang.
and localized damaging winds. It's going to be 60 degrees that day, so it'll still be nice. Now, Easter Sunday,
It's raining.
we got sun shining and 66 with an 80% chance of rain. Breezy in the morning, partly sunny and warmer with a thunderstorm.
Not bad,
Storms can bring damaging winds, large hail, and even a tornado on Easter Sunday.
Hell.
So just be vigilant. You know how
Be
Oklahoma weather is. We're not looking for anything drastic, but it could happen. You know things change by the minute.
You know what? You're right. By Friday, it's a whole different forecast.
Love y'all. Y'all have a good one. Share this video now.
See y'all later.
Yeah.
And again, to our people on Facebook who didn't get a chance to watch the show today, you can go back and watch it on our official YouTube channel, World One Development's News You Can Use.
Official.
The official World One Development's News You Can Use. Later.